Good afternoon, viewers. Saturday, the 14th of December 2019, and here I am in my car on my way to a state forest. And Tasib Bhai is right now with me. He is joining me for this trip as well. So, today we have primarily a scouting trip, and we are going to actually scout an area of a forest there where we already hunt. And the theme behind it is to go there and see if the uh, animals have increased in numbers, because as you many of you would already know that there have been huge bushfires here in New South Wales. So a very large portion of forest and national parks have been destroyed by the bushfire. So we think that animals from those areas might have migrated to adjacent forests. So that is the reason why we actually are going there today to see the signs of the animals. So if we see that there is an increased number of signs, then we will maybe in a couple of weeks during holiday season, we will organize a proper hunting plan for 2 to 3 days. One or two of our other friends might join us during that for that trip. But today we are primarily going for scouting, because the forest where we are heading today was not closed today. So we to be I mean to take any available opportunity, we actually got the rifles with us, and we got the permission to hunt there through DPI. So that is the thing, guys. Anyone who is visiting forests these days, please be careful, proceed with caution, always check with forestry corporation whether the forest is closed, and also go to a rural fire service website and check the status of the forest and the fires near you, because it is very important. I do not want any member from our hunting community to get into a trouble. uh, be careful, always research on internet, call DPI, call forestry corporation. And as you can see, there is a bushfire here in maybe Newness State Forest. I'm not exactly sure about what state forest it is, but seems like it is Newness. And as you can see in the valley, all the grass is pale. It's very dry, and this dry weather is actually providing enough fuel for these bushfires to expand. So this is one such example. Look at the extent of the fire. So it might be maybe hundreds of hectares that are burning right now, and the smoke is spreading all across. And see, these fires have damaged a lot of forests and national parks here in New South Wales, and we can only pray to God that good rainfalls come here in New South Wales, and they actually get us out of this situation. Our farmers and people who are living in rural lands, they are very upset. They do not have enough to feed their cattle. They do not have enough water resources. So we can only pray to God that we get out of this situation and our South Wales goes green again. So yesterday evening was not very productive. We went to an area where we didn't see any sign. So In the morning today, we have changed the area and we will scout this area for any animal activity. And as you can see, right now I'm making a fantastic cup of tea, morning tea. Guys, we don't get paid from these guys, but that's the tea that we make, Earl Grey, for our camping trips. And we have one lamp here on the camping table, and the second lamp is there. Beautiful. On scouting trips such as this one, I go in an area to get a general information about the game animals present in the area. So I do not try to hide myself from the animals. I do not sit somewhere in my hide or walk through the dense forest, through the thickets. I always walk on game trails and forest tracks and fire trails, because the purpose is to cover as much area as possible in a day, and look for the hoof prints, for the droppings, and to get a general information about what sort of animals or in what numbers they might be available in an area. And a couple of hours after sunrise, it's always good to take a chance and stand by such fire trail or a track in the forest where there is good sunlight, because now I've been standing here for like last 20 minutes by this track, and now I will move forward. Last time when we shot a doe last month, it was grazing uh, 2 hours after sunrise in a very similar on a very similar track. So it's very good to spend some time. Sometimes animals, even after well after sunrise, they like to stay. If the area is calm and quiet, then they like to stay in the sunlight and graze there. In the forests, I've been hunting for last 2 years and I have not seen that dry. Today, I have seen a lot of deer droppings, especially fallow droppings, but still I'm not able to see the clear hoof prints. I know that they are in the area in good numbers because their droppings tell me, but see, the track is dry. It's very dry. I did not see their hoof prints anywhere around the tracks or in the thickets, because see how dry it is. See, everything is dry here. So now we are going back to our vehicle. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and we are finalizing our scouting trip. We had a overnight stay in the forest. One evening and one morning we have spent here, and we came to this forest after a year. Initially, I scouted this area 2 years ago, and then we hunted here for a few times, and then for a year we were not coming here anymore. But I just wanted to explore this area, scout this area again after the bushfires, and seems like the game population has increased in this area, because I have seen more signs than I used to see a year ago. And the good thing is that there is water in the dams as well. So now we are just concluding our scouting trip. We're going back to our vehicle, and we'll come here again for a proper hunting trip. Today we just carried the rifles and did the hunt booking just in case if we see some game animal, but because the purpose was just walking on the tracks, covering a lot of kilometers. In the end, I have to say thank you to people who stayed with me, and people who are spending their weekend at home watching movies. There's nothing wrong with watching movies, by the way, but next weekend get yourself out and go to some forest, do some hunting activity. All right guys, thank you very much. Bye bye.